They're hosting the Eagles on Sunday. The Bucs have had some wild finishes, by the way, to get to 3-0. This week, an excellent litmus test for both teams early in the season. The Bucs, of course, will be without Mike Evans, but you heard Adam's report. Maybe Chris Godwin, Tristan Wirfs come back. Here's Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield and what he's focused on heading into this week's matchup.
Starting fast, executing is cliche as it is, doing all the little things right. You know, it's a team that lines up and they do what they do, and they do it really well. So we have to do the same thing, match that energy. And I mean, it's between their O-line and their D-line. Obviously, this game's going to be won in the trenches.
I mentioned how they've kind of been the cardiac kids. The Bucs have scored game-winning touch points in the final minute in all 3 wins this season. But it's nothing new for Mayfield. He's been stepping up big time late in games for forever. Since joining the Bucs in 2023, Mayfield leads all quarterbacks in the league with 22 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter or overtime. That's crazy. He's gained the most first downs on scrambles of any QB in the final 15 minutes of overtime. It's funny, like you think about those moments. He starts running and everyone's like, we didn't expect him to run. All right, Phil, the Bucs keep finding ways to win. Injuries, though, are creeping up on them in some ways. Can they hold up against the Eagles team?
Listen, I'm nervous. I give them so much credit for finding ways to win in the final minute of these games. But at some point, you know, like the clock does strike midnight, and it's kind of a perfect storm for them right now against this Eagles team who, even without Nolan Smith, is going to want to at least try to make Baker Mayfield uncomfortable. And while they have been without multiple starters along the offensive line for 3 games now, it hasn't gotten a whole lot better. They're currently 30th in pass block win rate right now. That was a real strength of this team last season, as they were all the way up at 5th overall. The Falcons got to them early in their season opener. We have seen Baker Mayfield play from under duress. He's cool as a cucumber. I get all that, but Philly, I think, is a different challenge. And part of what I love about Philadelphia, as we saw last week, they're a chameleon team, right? They can beat you by pounding the rock with Saquon Barkley in week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. And when they find themselves down 18 points against the Los Angeles Rams, they don't blink. A.J. Brown becomes the best player on the field, and they mount this incredible comeback.
I want to ask you a question. Yeah. Ibuka, he's been unbelievable this year.
Absolutely.
Is it real to say, man, when that number 1 receiver goes down and that number 2 guy has to become the number 1, it's a different world? Is that a real thing? And then do you think he's capable of becoming that or entering into that?
I do think it's a real thing for most.
Because obviously no Mike Evans, right?
Of course. I mean, and Mike Evans is one of, if not the most consistent receiver we've seen over the decade he's been in the NFL. But when you look at Ibuka, you know, Hartline from Ohio State, who's our offensive coordinator, yes, he's one of the best receiver recruiters in the country. The best, actually. Yeah. But you can see his fingerprints on the players once they get to the next level. Because Ibuka's game, he plays like a veteran. And when you look at your number 2, there's just certain things that you're going to get where it's like, man, I can't depend on this in a full-on, you're going against the best corner play in and play out. I don't see that from Ibuka. So when you see even last week, this is him going against Sauce Gardner, one of the best corners in the game, where he's able to hold the line and one hand on the sideline. Next, 11-yard play, but look how he fills the zone, steps into the zone, and slides into a hole where Baker Mayfield can find him. And lastly, this is called an incompletion, but it shouldn't have been. And this is one of the best catches of that game and one of the biggest moments. And he got both feet down, and he did catch that football. So when you look at Ibuka, you got to look at all the situations he's been in. And when you say, okay, can he step up into that number 1 spot? Every time Mike Evans comes out of the lineup for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the deep ball is what suffers. With Ibuka in there as a number 1, that will not be the case.
Really fascinating. It was interesting. I did the Bucs game on Monday Night Football earlier this season. He was an outfielder as a baseball player, a high-level baseball player, had a chance to go pro. He said he never feels like he can't see a ball because he was so used to tracking it. He has never had a single time in his career where he didn't feel like he could track the ball.
The big thing with Ibuka, and when you look at the 1 or 2, to your point, when they have to step up, there's certain situations where you have the number 1 and you know the other person is a number 2. When you watch Ibuka and Mike Evans play, it feels like Mike Evans is the number 1. Ibuka is the number 1 in training, very similar to Roy Williams and Calvin Johnson back in the day when they were there.
Wow. I think it'd be interesting to see just how they move him around.
He's banged up too. He played only 57% of the snaps last week, so he, like many Bucs, Emeka Ibuka's working through it right now.
I love it. All right, we got a lot more coming here, and we're going to get to the real meat and potatoes if we haven't already been there. Micah Parsons. Oh, it's time for a Wednesday staple, Lost in Translation. We're going to try to translate some of the more interesting sound bites of the week. Let's go, boys. We're going to start with Andy Reid talking about his heated exchange with Travis Kelce.
He knows when to back off the pedal and knows when to push it too. So That's the part I love about him. And the guy's all in. You know, just sometimes I have to be the policeman.
Was there specific play that was bothering you, or was it more trying to get something out of him? Or?
No, he was all in. He was all in. Listen, he's an emotional guy. He's Irish.
I think what we're trying to say, Laura, is like he probably shouldn't have done that and should have done it on the sidelines in public like that. But I've been coaching in the NFL for a long time, 25 years as a head coach, and I know enough to downplay it in front of the media, so we can try to find a way to squash it, sooner rather than later.
You know what? Squish it, squash it.
Squish it, squash it.
I like that he.
Lost in translation.
I love all of it, dude. I loved every part of it, man.
We've also had like a heavy
Very
Irish presence in the show.
I
After
was gonna say, pumping the Ireland game.
very
Smart.
Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. Cross promotion.
Yeah, of course I'm Irish.
All right, Dan, come on. Tampa, where Todd Bowles gave us some insight on his player-coach relationship with Payne Durham.
Me and Payne have a relationship not many people know about, and we're secret lovers.
What?
You take that one.
Don't know where to go. Definitely an HR violation. I'm almost positive he's engaged too, so that's off.
Yeah, it's not secret anymore.
Yeah, and the whole secret. Maybe he doesn't know the definition of secret.
Yeah, I'm going to be quiet.
I'd
already seen that one a couple times, so I couldn't help myself.
I'm just speechless after that. I don't know what's and you know what I love though is Todd Bowles is normally like he doesn't say much kind of guy.
Yeah, sure.
And he got himself tickled by that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you win. You just start doing things that It's like everyone's loosey-goosey after W.
Laura's sitting here, and she goes, he got himself tickled like that. I feel like I'm listening to Buck and Aikman again from Monday night.
Oh, yeah, they got a little the Henrietta thing. It's so good. All right, how about those Bucs?
Got the soy, what do you like, the chai soy?
An emergency venti soy chai latte?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. Okay, your next cup of hot tea has to do with a big matchup this weekend between the Eagles and the Bucs.
We should have been holding those mugs because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Christine, are the most complete team in the NFC and certainly more complete than the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, Jalen Hurts only has 478 yards passing, which is 28th in the league. We're looking here at Emeka Egbuka. This offense is playing very well despite having 3 offensive linemen hurt, and defensively they're top 7 in a couple different categories. So to me, as good as Philadelphia's young defensive linemen have played, in particular blocking kicks, their offense is a real concern for me.
They just came back from 18 points down against the Rams.
Despite
this
their
past Sunday. Yeah,
despite their offense.
I think this is extremely cold tea. I am so impressed by Philadelphia's ability to shape shift, right? There are weeks in which if they want to control the line of scrimmage and win on the ground, they can do that. Saquon Barkley had a big week 1. 2 weeks ago against the Chiefs, it was do enough offensively and hold them off defensively. This past week, to come from behind and play such pristine situational football in the second half of the fourth quarter, that impressed me so much. The Buccaneers deserve credit for grinding out wins late in the game. They also could easily be 0-3 as they've had to either go ahead or come from behind in the last minute of the fourth quarter of all 3 of their games.
Any rebuttal?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just made the case for the Philadelphia Eagles being incredibly fortunate. To have that, to block 2 kicks in a game is not sustainable. Neither is
Is going 3-0 when you're either tied or trailing with under a minute to go in the game sustainable?
No, but again, when you look at both teams and who's more complete, I think the passing offense of the Eagles, new offensive coordinator and Kevin Patullo, maybe it gets better, but those are real concerns for the Eagles.
You know, Christine, it was kind of for the first day so far this month, a little chillier here in Connecticut today, and I was wondering if it was like Mother Nature.
It was the iced tea.
It was the tea just
we can
coming
still
in.
Cheers to that.
We can still cheers.